So now the games are back on. We have some things where we have to discuss. We have some big matchups coming up today, the Saturday and Sunday. I want to talk a little bit about last night on Friday, the Knicks, Cavs. At this point, I think we can just scratch out the Knicks on any sort of contending threshold. I'm just wondering, what happened to the toughness of the Knicks? Last year, they were a tough-minded team. They were scrappy. They would do a lot of the little things, offensive rebounds, defending. Where is that hustling? It just seems like a team that is soft, very finesse, but no toughness. How do you feel about the Knicks? Because they got their ass whooped by the Cavs last night.
I'll shoot them just a little bit of bail. It was back-to-back.
It was back-to-back.
And they're playing
no
a
fight.
Top-seeded team.
But that was the first game of a back-to-back.
Oh, it was the first game?
Yeah. They played today.
Oh,
no. They played. My bad. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right about that.
No. Second game on the back-to-back, yeah.
No. Because, damn, what? Hold on. Let me make sure.
I believe they played the, what team was that?
I'm looking
Was it the Bucks?
Nah, I don't think it was the Bucks.
They played the Bulls.
The Bulls.
And that was
okay.
So yeah, I'll shoot.
You know what? All right, I'll shoot. But they still have had trouble with the Cavs in the past.
They have had trouble. I noticed looking at this because they have had trouble against teams with like they have real expectations to beat
title contenders.
Yeah, they struggle with contenders.
They almost beat OKC that one time, but besides that, Knicks, Celtics and Cavs. Cavs have had their number. I just don't. Even on a back-to-back, there was still no fight from them.
Yeah, they was getting waxed out the gate pretty much.
I didn't expect the Knicks to have a worse defensive rating than the Lakers this season.
They soft on the glass too. Evan Mobley was dogging them on the offensive glass and all the time. I'm like, dang, what happened to these Knicks?
I get that Karl Anthony Towns is the center, so it's going to be a detriment to their interior defense a lot because you're asking a lot from a guy that is not known to be the greatest shot blocker in the world, the greatest defender in the paint, because in Minnesota, he was the 4, Gobert was the 5. So Karl Anthony Towns didn't have as much responsibility. But man, where is the fight? You have Mikal Bridges, you have OG Anunoby, you have Josh Hart, you have these dudes that are supposed to be these perimeter defenders, supposed to be these lockdown guys. And I just don't see it. What is going on?
Like I said, man, I don't think them Tom Thibodeau minutes is sustainable. Granted, he tried to split them. Well, actually, no, that's because they were getting blown out, so they didn't play that many minutes. Like the night before, they played against the Bulls. The Bulls. I think every starter, we looking at 46 minutes, 44 minutes, 43, 38, 42. Like, that's not sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's just not sustainable. And I don't know how they going to fare come playoff time. Their legs may be dead by the time playoffs start. And they start looking sluggish against teams they're supposed to be waxing. And it's all bad. But the Cavs wasn't playing with them boys. I mean, good grief, dog. Evan Mobley got everything he wanted that night. Shot 9 for 11 from the field. Donovan Mitchell was hitting shot after shot.
Mm-hmm.
Darius Garland didn't even have to go. Darius Garland played pretty bad. He was 2 for 12, but he hit his head on the floor or something after the layup. So he might have had been playing with a concussion or something. But it's just like, man, the Knicks, they just don't have it. They don't have it. They just don't have it.
They don't have the ability to guard the Cavs or the Celtics on a consistent level. They give up too many threes, too many rebounds.
And they're losing second unit minutes because look at their bench. They got Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Matt Ryan.
Cam Payne, Miles McBride, who I think is
okay.
He's solid. He's
okay.
Solid. Landry Shamet,
I
don't even know how to pronounce this dude's name. Ariel Huckporty. Who are these people? Where is the depth outside of the starting 5?
Well, if you remember, when they made the trade for Karl Anthony Towns, it was one of those things where we're going to go top heavy. We're going to go 1 through 7, and we're just going to rely on that. But we didn't know that the defense was going to slide this much, because we look at it like, man, they got Mikal Bridges. You have that depth at the wing position with Josh Hart, Mikal, OG Anunoby, and you look at it like, okay, and then Mitchell Robinson, but he's been hurt. We're like, all right, they got the tools, because we saw what Boston did the previous season. They didn't have a whole lot of depth, and they won. But with Boston, man, they got two dudes that are two-way defenders that can score on an elite level. They have a fantastic coach. They have Drew Holiday, one of the best point guard defenders, who can also score, who could also hit a three. Porzingis can hit a three. He's dynamic as well. This team right here, man, they made all the moves to beat Boston, and they just can't beat Boston. Like, it's just that simple. There is a clear gap in Knicks, Cavs, Celtics.
So now that we know that and we've established that, now we need to look at the X's and O's guy. Coaching.
Yeah,
what are y'all doing that y'all have the talent?
Yeah, they do.
On paper, the matchup, on paper y'all match up. But something ain't clicking with the X's and O's to where y'all aren't being able to beat these teams.
Mm-hmm. No, to be fair, Josh Hart didn't play, but still, like, getting blasted 142 to 105 is just, I don't care if Josh Hart isn't playing. Like, that is crazy.
These are NBA players. Y'all grown men. Y'all need to have some pride.
142 to 105 is crazy. Like, that is horrible. That's just lack of effort, bad X's and O's, no game plan.
And possibly tired legs.
Tired. That is true. Yeah, tired legs. But still, man. And then, like, how are you in a dogfight with the Bulls, too?
That is true. The Bulls are, like, tanking. So, yeah, it's just a sad state of affairs for New York, because, everyone, people had high hopes. And, they on a bad team, but it's every time they match up against these type of teams, it's just like,
there's nothing that they can do. They don't have a game plan to stop them. There's not one night where they can just play their best and get a win over them. They always are getting blasted. They're always getting cooked by the Cavs and the Knicks. It's no other way around it. They just have no answer to the Knicks and the Celtics. It's a sad state of affairs, because I thought this team, they went all in. They gave up so many picks to acquire Mikal Bridges and to acquire Karl-Anthony Towns. And Karl-Anthony Towns has been amazing for them. It hasn't resulted in what they were expecting, which is to be right there with the Cavs, right there with the Celtics. And that's just not the case. It's a wide gap between them and the Celtics and Cavs.
I said in the group chat, I said the tier, it's the Thunder, Celtics, Cavs, and it's a tier gap.
It's a wide gap.
Yeah.
Wide gap. And we're going to get to
depending on if the Nuggets continue to play strong, then they could possibly be. But I'm not sure about Russ.
I don't know.
Still, long term going into the playoffs.
Some things I saw some stats, and they're on a 9-game win streak. But if you look at the teams that they faced, wasn't all that good.
Okay.
The competition's not all that
part
good.
Of the schedule.
Yeah. So let's transition, and then we have Knicks and Celtics.
We just established the Knicks can't beat these dudes, so
I'm wondering with the Knicks, can they keep it close? Can they be competitive?
That's a damn shame. We gotta be asking a top 3 team in the East. Can they keep it close against another top team?
Can they keep the game competitive and close?
That is horrible, man.
Because every matchup against the Celtics has been a blowout. The Celtics have had their way very easily. Like, no real fight for the Knicks. The Knicks feel like a huge gap below the Celtics. Like, the Celtics just seem like way better. I don't know what to say, man. I just look at it. Can the Knicks, with Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, hopefully Josh Hart plays, I don't know. Hopefully, can they do a good job at defending Brown and Tatum? Because you traded for those guys for a reason. It's to slow down Tatum and Brown. And they just haven't done that. Can their top wing defenders that they've traded just enormous amount of picks for show up against the Celtics? Because what is the point of trading for them if they're not going to make it difficult for Tatum and Brown?
Good question. I don't know if they'll be able to. The Celtics are such a interesting team because it's like it feels like they're not even trying out there sometimes, but they just continue to beat teams easily. And it's like, oh my gosh, this team would come playoff time is going to be so annoying. But that's when you got a good ownership, good GMs, and they acquire the talent. Yes, they know they over the second apron, but they said, listen, we're gonna maximize this short window we have until that bill start coming through and we start losing picks and stuff. So they say, hey, we're gonna run it up, and I can only respect it.
And I think with the Celtics,
Joe Mazzulla's a madman.
He is a madman. What they can get in their own way at times when they resort back to one-on-one ball. That's what the Knicks need to try to do. They need to try to get the Celtics back into that one-on-one ball type of game instead of what they've become, which is a championship level offense, moving the ball, moving without the basketball. If they can resort to the Celtics playing one-on-one ball, which is Tatum, he's hogging the ball, Jaylen Brown's hogging the ball, just dominating the ball for 15, 16 seconds in the shot clock, then they can have a great chance of winning. But if they just keep allowing just open threes, they're moving the ball and getting the open three in the corner, not getting enough rebounds, then it's going to be the same old story again. I need to see some fight. We need to see some fight. To close this off, just let me be me.